So I took a little bit of a closer look at the trade good distribution, and I found something really strange. We have an awful, well, disturbing, I guess, amount of furs. Look at this. This is all of the furs that we have. The dark brown is furs that we already have in the game, and the, well, the shaded brown or the striped brown fields are provinces that could potentially have furs. As you can see, 77% in most of these provinces, which is insane. I mean, having furs down here in 2 Greek provinces? That just doesn't seem right. I mean, I don't know if the developers really had a look at, you know, what... I guess they never took into consideration that Europe might be fully colonizable, and so they didn't really put much thought into this, but having so many furs, I mean, of course, we have, you know, deer or wild animals in Europe as well, but it just seems strange, especially in comparison to what what we're used to. Also, it seems like we have a lot of silk, much more than we should have in the world. But that's just what I found out. However, I just saw that there's a big war going on right now. The Protestants seem to be at war with the Waldensians. So we'll check that out. And we have a couple other wars going on that we, I guess, left off with in the last episode. So the Jews are still fighting against the Copts, and it seems as though they've lost. I remember that they had a pretty big army, yeah, but they're having half of their army just standing around, which is a little bit sad. The Nestorians have apparently peaced out. I don't know what happened here. You broke your alliance with the Monotelites, which is a little bit sad. I don't know if you actually lost. I don't think you lost any provinces, so that's good for you. And yeah, let's have a quick look at the wars that we still have. Waldensians declared a war on the Protestants, and they're winning. Oh my god, this seems to be a theme in my well, in the religious campaign so far. In the first one, the Protestants didn't do too well, and it doesn't look like they're doing too well in this particular series either. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just starting out in a very weak spot. But yeah, that seems. I mean, it's 2 out of 2, right? And they're always getting their ass kicked. This time by the Slavs and the Valencians. Last time it was by the Reformed. So I don't know. And I don't think that they're going to be able to, you know, get back on track on their own. They need someone who carries them. It doesn't look like anyone's interested. In fact, everyone just seems to be just interested in taking over their land. So yeah, well, that's too bad for you guys. Other wars I would like to check out. Yeah, so the Nestorians have peaced out. They are no longer supporting the Monotelites. And the Mazdaki have declared another war against the Zikri. And the North are still in their war against the Suomenusko. So that means the Hindu must have won their war against the Jains. They have, but they've only taken this one province, which is fine. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, they just wanted to get rid of everyone there. They want to consolidate their power, and I must say, they look so nice. I love the countries that actually have nice borders. And you know what? People have been asking which country will win and how it's being defined. And I'll talk about it in a second, but first I want to admire that the Copts have managed to secure their holy site, which is very good. So they will have a second blessing as soon as this is converted to the Coptic religion, and they've also taken Jerusalem. So the Jews are completely kicked out of this region. The Karites, the Samaritans, as well as the Jews, all kicked out. We still have a relatively big Jewish empire down here that can potentially, you know, still deal some damage, but that really depends on how quickly they can colonize. But yeah, that is that. The Monotelites have been completely conquered. They're wiped off the map. Their religion still exists, but now they have to rely on rebels, and you know, that's not gonna go too well, I think. So yeah, and the Monophysites are now allied to the Nestorians. Interesting. So they really desperately want to have an ally here in the east to support them against any threats that might arise. So now that the Monotelites got destroyed, they quickly changed or switched sides and now allied to the Monophysites. Well, that's smart for the Nestorians. After all, it's you know, it's a one what's an all against all, or how do you call that? Yeah, everyone against everyone, basically. So the Nestorians just want to win, and they supported their allies. That was very honorable, but now they gotta make friends. They gotta make peace with their enemies. So yeah, and the Waldensians, that was a really quick war. They just wiped out the Protestants. Wow, they already caught these provinces? That's insane. Yeah, what did they take? Holy shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces? Holy balls. Yeah, that is not too good. That is not too good. That was mean. That was really mean. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the wars. So many wars that are going on. The Hindus have now declared war on the Shia, so I'm guessing that they want that province. The Hindus want that province. Now, as I said, a lot of people have been asking as to how I want to, or how nations win. And I guess it's going to be a mix in terms of, we're going to have a look at development, we're going to have a look at total income, which usually coincides together. We'll have a look at their total army strength as well as navy strength, and we'll have also somewhat of a look at, obviously, the religions that are converted, how many provinces are under the respective religion, and we're also going to have a look at how well these nations did in terms of diplomacy and wars, because yeah, I mean, if there's a religion like the fetishes, if they would end up with the most development, I would kind of hate to give the victory to them because they've not done anything other than colonize, so it wouldn't really feel right to give them the victory. They're surely a powerhouse. I think they're even one of the great powers. In fact, they're not, but you know, the Totemists are, for example, so it would feel strange to give them or the Totemists the victory if they don't ever fight a war. So I might not give it to the #1 development country, but we'll talk about that once we've actually hit the later stages of the game. But yeah, so I'm very proud of the Copts that they have managed to secure this. Very sad for the Jews, obviously. They lost Jerusalem, but they might be able to get it back, I don't know. And the Monotelites, another religion that got wiped out. And it looks like the Zikri are gonna be next. I'm not too sure though. And there's Zuni Zealots, but the Zunists are able to defeat them. Very good for you. Anything else that's particularly interesting? Yes, the Protestants are getting overrun by the Slavs now. Not too nice. Not too nice. And it looks as though Romuva had to give in, at least partially, to their rebel demands. They had to give up 2 provinces here. But I don't know if the North have actually won. I think they have to... Oh, yes! They've definitely taken a lot of provinces. Holy shit. Does that mean that you're #1? Or at least in... Yes, in the Great Powers again. And the Fraticelli on place 3. Holy, wait, how did you do that? Why are the Fraticelli all of a sudden #3 in the world? Okay, it could be because of technology. I'm assuming it's because of technology, not solely due to development, because that would be just insane. Yeah, okay, there are many nations that have more development that should be, yeah, ahead of them. Okay, wow. But yeah, seeing the Fraticelli here. So the Europeans are catching up. I can't say that enough. The Europeans are catching up, and they're going to steamroll. But yeah, so that's good to see. I really like the Fraticelli. I don't know. I don't know. To me, I know there's a lot of support for all kinds of religions, but to me, it's going to be the Fraticelli or the Nestorians. I like them a lot. But it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the other wars. The Slavs are attacking. There's still... Oh, the Monophysites and the Paulicians. Yeah, these two, they have been allies for a long time, and they're managing their wars very well. I mean, they have so far... I mean, the Monophysites have actually so far won a lot of wars. They've won a war against the Monotelites, against the Yazidi. They've won a war against the Zoroastrians, against the Hurufi, and now they're taking on the Manicians, so yeah, that's pretty insane. The Manicians actually finished off the Shiite provinces here, and I think they've also colonized them. No, I mean converted. They have not done that, in fact, but yeah, that's okay. The Shia will never get that back. I don't think. There's no way they're gonna get that back. Alright, so the Hindu, once again, really nicely consolidating their realm here, making the borders look nice, which is going to give them extra points in terms of victory score, my personal victory score here. The Jains finally know that they should consolidate their provinces, such as the Zunist, which is very nice. Now, one thing I do want to check out is this war between the Nahuatl and the Mayans. Holy shit! Yes, that was a decisive battle there, decisive victory for the Nahuatl. Wow. Yep, okay, so the Mayans are fleeing, they're trying to colonize as quickly as possible, and we even have, yep, some Shinto that have arrived in North America, and, wow, in full force. Look how many colonists they're sending at the same time. That's pretty impressive, and we have the new Reformed Faith here in the United States. I actually like that name so much. I like that name so much. So we have the Reformed Faith in the Old World, and in the New World we have the new Reformed Faith. I hope that that this church will not break apart. That would be incredibly terrible for them. But yeah, we will see, I guess. So also, do the Catholics? Yep, the Catholics have yet another colonial nation, the West Indies. So yeah, I really don't know if that's working out too well for you. You should really colonize this, but they're just, I don't know, they're just not interested. Okay, so finally the Kharijites are actually showing their pride and their name, looking pretty powerful, and it looks like someone is attacking the Hellenics again. Yes, so the Hellenics, the Protestants, they're the countries that are just there to feed the others, basically. Yeah, so I'm guessing the Orthodox are going to take over this, whereas the Hurufi will just finish off the Hellenics here, and that's going to be the end of another religion, which is, it's just so sad to see this, so sad to see this, but, you know, they're trying, you gotta give it to them, they're trying to get away as quickly as possible. It's just impossible for them. Now, the Sigri are still alive here, but I think their main, their capital has probably not been transferred to Burma. Okay, well, they're still heavily present here in China. I think that's going to be their new powerhouse. That was a smart decision. So far, the Confucians have not decided to do anything about them, so that's okay. I mean, they have some decent powerhouses. They could potentially connect their lands here and become very strong, but yeah, they should abandon this. This is not helping them at all. The Mazdaki looking awfully nice. I like that. And yeah, what else are we missing? Not sure which war I'm actually missing. Let's have a quick look then. Animus and the Sunni against the Massalians, the Hindus against the Massalians, and the Hurufi against the Hellenic. Yeah, so the Hellenic, the Massalians. So there's some, yeah, I don't know how to say this, but there's some religions that are just being used. They're being abused by the others. It's just like that. There's some great powers, some strong religions, and there's some weak ones that are just being fed upon, which is, yeah, it's a shame. But you know, that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay, so the Lollards are looking nicely as well. They're now focusing on colonizing, well, the British Isles. They for a moment, I wasn't sure if they're going to be the French or the British, but I think we can now clearly say that they are the British. They also have their weird holdings there, just for trade purposes, I guess. But yeah. Any more colonial nations? I wonder if there are any colonial nations here in South America. Yes, we have Cathar La Plata, which has now formed. Very good, and they're improving their provinces as well. Very nice. And Cathar Rio de Janeiro is still actually held by the mother nation. Okay, you have your alliance with Haiti, which is good for you. I wonder when the two former colonial nations, the West Indies and Haiti, will fight. In fact, you know what? If the West Indies now become independent, will they be a second Haiti? Will there be a second Haiti? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out, because I don't think that the Catholics will be able to hold on to their second colonial nation either. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's that. Let's have a quick look. I feel like I'm missing so many wars. I might have to slow down just a little bit, because there's so many things going on, and I really don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, the Monophysites, they have definitely taken a couple of provinces, not too many here. But what's this? Oh right, the Menicians are fighting the Mahayana. I think this seems to be, I think this must be the first war that the Mahayana have declared. Yes, and they're allied to the Vajrayana. So you're allied to the Tengri, no longer to the Shinto. No longer, you are only allied to the Sikh, and the Sikh obviously are Theravada, and you are at war with the Mazdaki. Mazdaki at war with the Zoroastrians and the Sikh. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Madness. Madness in the world. So, two wars, the Mazdaki defending in two wars, and the Massalians doing the same thing. But the Massalians are not going to be successful. The Mazdaki might be. The Mazdaki might be, because they actually have quite a high core strength, as I call this. They might be able to defend, but yeah, it still seems highly unlikely. Okay, so the Hindu, I just love the Hindu. I might actually have to change my top pick here. I don't know, there's so many religions that are so cool. In fact, you know what I actually want to do? Because the Hindu are doing so well, I think we should give them a little bit of extra love, and we should check out their religions, because the Hindu get to pick certain deities. We'll actually check out the Norse as well, because yeah, that's kind of interesting. We should always have kind of a look at their current deity. That changes every time a ruler dies. They get to pick a new deity, which can give them several bonuses. I don't think I can actually check them check the deities out. No, I think I would have to catch them once a ruler dies, which is probably not going to be possible. But yeah, so that's really nice. And let's have one more look at the Norse, because they have a deity as well. So let me quickly see this. You have Odin currently, so that's going to give you less core creation cost. Okay, that seems all right. The Slavs look very powerful. Yes, they're going to make Poland proud. Very proud indeed. And Romuva is kind of Lithuania. So, you know, I feel like the Slavs should protect the Romuvans, but in fact, the Slavs are currently in a big war. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, this seems to me like an offensive war declared by the Orthodox, if I'm being honest. But no, the Slavs declared that war on the Orthodox Nestorian alliance. Okay, and the Mazdaki seem to be able to hold their own. No, they're actually losing against the Sikh. Alright, and the Massalians, yeah, they just have to give up their provinces. Now, for some reason, the Hindus left them one province here in India. I don't know why, especially because that's a coastal center of trade. But I guess they just felt benevolent. Not too sure on that, actually. And holy shit fest of rebels. Wow. Zikri heretics, all kinds of Sunni zealots. This is bad. Ternatan separatists. Oh, we might actually see a new country here. That would be kind of funny, but I don't know if I really like it too much. The Sunnis still at war with the Massalians. You might want to actually take over these provinces, all of these islands as well. And yeah, we did see Ibadi Australia. We started to see the Ibadi provinces here being colonized. So now we actually have a colonial nation, Ibadi Australia, and it is taking over even more provinces. And I do seem to find the Manicians hiding down here. They seem to try to, I guess, merge in with the Ibadi Australia here, but I caught you. I certainly caught you. I don't know if the AI will catch you though. So yeah, that's interesting to see. Inti, wow, they just look amazingly powerful. I wonder if they're actually going to clash with the Cathars here over their colonial nation. Now, Huatl, insanely powerful. I mean, the North American, or the American religions, I should say, except for the Mayans, obviously, they, yeah, I mean, they're dominating their area. So we have in the south the Inti, in central the Nahuatls, and north the Totemists, who do not look as impressive, but, you know, that's because their provinces are a lot smaller. Now, I would like to check out the Great Powers now, because there's so many wars going on. Nahuatl still clutching the #1, and most of the nations have actually embraced the global trade now, which is good for them, except for the Hindus. So we have Nahuatl, the Shinto, Inti, Fraticelli on #4 here, which is really impressive indeed. Strongest European power, and the Lollards as well. And the Totemists are up here. I'm glad to see them. But yeah, the Lollards focusing their colonization efforts on Europe makes them much more powerful now. Okay, the Slavs took even more provinces here. I knew that, but yeah, that was just like they had, I think, 2 provinces, or no, I think they had these 2 already. They took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Oh my god, that is tough to see. That is really tough to see. Wow. Okay, well, I hope that they're at least going to be at war with the Waldensians. And what the fuck are they doing to the Orthodox? How are you not able to win this? I do not know. So the Rufi have in fact taken over all of the provinces that the Hellenics had over here. Poor guys. So now it seems as though the Bogomilists are going to finish them off. That 100% war score. They have their provinces occupied down here and here. It would make sense for them to just take it all over. I mean, if they just keep them alive for shits and giggles, I don't know if I would like that, or if I would just be incredibly sad. But yeah, the Nestorians also managed to lock down these last 2 provinces here for colonization. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Still surprised that the Bogomilists don't want to peace out. They've been staying at 100% peace deal, or war score I should say, for a long time. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, this war is certainly interesting. Yeah, so the Orthodox do have a little bit of support from the Nestorians, but it's not much. It's only 5,000 men, and with that, they're not going to be able to withstand the Slavic charge. So I don't know what's going on. Why are you not helping out your buddy? You need him. Maybe the Nestorians are no longer interested. I don't know. But anyways, that was it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.